all the way up into your hips and higher up into your back as well. So just starting off in Tadasana, get a sense of hips over heels, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. And just take 3 deep breaths in, turning your palms forward. And then pick all of your toes up. Just put the big toes down. Pick them all up again. Keep the big toes in the air, put the other toes down. Pick them all up, spread your toes apart from each other, and then imagine, or maybe you'll put them down one at a time. And then inhale, going up onto your toes, so lifting your heels. Try and keep everything going forward so you're not collapsing out or in, just straight up. And then exhale, slowly lowering all the way down. Inhale, going up onto your toes. Exhale, slowly all the way down. Roll onto the outside edge of your feet. I'm just going to take a couple of breaths there, noticing how that feels. On the next exhale, rolling back to neutral. And then roll onto the inside edge of your feet. And just noticing how that feels. How does that feel? If it's sore in your knees, goes without saying, don't do it. But just noticing how that feels through your ankles, up through your knees, up into your hips. And then rolling your feet back to neutral. And then we're going to explore chair through the feet. So pressing down through your feet, taking your weight back down through your heels, really pressing down. And imagine as you press down through the floor, you're getting a lift up through your body, gently bending into your knees. Keep your shoulders over the hips. And then sitting back, keeping your chest nice and tall and long. Depending on what your mobility is like in your ankles will depend on how low you go. On your next inhale, coming up to standing. Lower your hands down, lifting up through your heels, going up onto your toes. And again, sitting back onto that imaginary chair. Keeping your weight, you've got your heels lifted, but keep thinking about the weight going backwards. So you're lengthening back through the Achilles. Staying nice and tall and long through your upper body, reaching your arms up by your ears. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, releasing your arms down. Roll onto the outside edge of your feet. Again, if this hurts, if you've got any ankle sprains, then don't do this part. Just repeat with flat, neutral feet. As long as everything's feeling okay, this is going to help to strengthen, but not, if you've got an injury, get guidance on where you're at with it. And sitting back down, reaching up. Notice how it feels to balance in this position. Notice what's having to work harder. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, release your hands down. Roll onto the inside edge of your feet. And we're going to explore there. Inhale, coming all the way up, rolling your feet back to neutral, gently folding forwards and just hanging for about 3 breaths. Walk your feet back into downward dog. Imagine pressing the floor away from you, crease of your elbows faces forwards, hips high, lengthening back through your Achilles. And then you're going to step your feet in one at a time. And when you get to a point where it's comfortable, you're going to go heel, maybe heel toe. It's quite a strong stretch. So you might find it easier to come up onto your fingertips, just to make some room. Bending into your knees, inhale, coming all the way up. And then bringing one leg up, having the foot flexed. You might find it easier to take your hands under your thigh, pressing out through your heel. If it's comfortable, you can reach and wrap around. And then you've got 2 options. You can either take your foot across, so you're going to point your toes, and you'll feel possibly a stretch along the front of your shins here. Or if it's available to you, you can take your arm to the outside of your foot and maybe take your foot across your body. Exhale to lower, cross one leg over the other, and then just folding forwards. Again, pressing down through your feet. You've got the whole of both feet on the floor, really pressing through your feet, noticing what you're feeling through your feet, your ankles, legs, up into your hips. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, come back to standing. And then lifting up the other leg. Again, taking the option of hands under the thigh, or maybe reaching out. Maybe taking 2 fingers around your big toe. Just going for whatever's available to you. And then either taking that leg across, low down, or if it's available, taking your hand to the outside of your foot, and then taking your leg across your body. Use my wobbling. And then bringing your leg down. Gently folding forwards, come down into child's pose. So just taking your knees wide, touch your big toes together. Sink your hips back over your heels, resting down through your forehead.